Are you trying to learn a tech or data skill? Here are 10 mistakes you are probably making. Watch to the end to know how to avoid them and what to do instead. Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. I am Promise, and if you're just starting out your data or tech career, I'm here to give you some tips to help your journey go faster and quicker. I've seen so many beginners, including myself, get stuck, frustrated, or overwhelmed because of a few avoidable mistakes. So in this video, I'm breaking down the top 10 beginners' mistakes, and I'll tell you what to do instead and how to fix the mistakes. Before we get in, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends or colleagues or anybody you think would benefit from this content. Let's talk about the very first mistake almost every beginner make: trying to learn everything at once. You've probably said this before: I need to learn Python, and then SQL, and then get into machine learning, and maybe web development and cloud development as well, and even throw in app development too. When you're new, it's easy to feel like you have to learn everything at once. Trust me, that beginner energy is real when you're new. It is easy to feel like you have to master every buzzword immediately. But trying to master everything in your first month, that is the fastest way to burn out, leading to a feeling of total failure. The fix for this mistake is to swap ambition for clarity. Instead of asking, what should I learn? Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Are you trying to automate a task at your current job? Then focus only on Python scripting or any other automation tool. Are you trying to land a data analyst job? Then prioritize on SQL and Tableau or Power BI. Focus on just the skill that directly help you reach that immediate single goal. Trust me, clarity equals progress. Limit your scope, get that first win, and then move on to the next skill. The next mistake is watching tutorials without actually doing anything or doing them. This is one I was guilty of. You sit down to learn, you watch 5 tutorials back to back, and then do nothing with them. The problem with this is that passive learning gives you a false confidence and makes you feel productive. Your brain processes information differently when you're watching versus when you are actually executing. You watch 10 hours of videos, right? That's good. But if you were to write, or if I ask you to write a Python script from scratch tomorrow, you will be stuck. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the more you get better, and the more you perfect the things you learn. The simple fix for this is, but it's not negotiable, that after every short tutorial or concept, you must pause. Then try to build something on your own. This could be something small, it could be messy, it could be the ugliest piece of code, it could be even not so beautiful dashboard, but it doesn't matter. The moment you get stuck, Google the error and solve the problem yourself. That is where real learning happens. Your muscle memory is built by typing, not just by watching. Let's talk about another mistake that kills motivation, that is not setting clear learning goals. A lot of people say, I want to learn tech. Okay, that's good, but when you ask them why, they don't have a tangible reason. Without a clear goal, you just keep jumping from one topic to another. Python today, JavaScript tomorrow, web development next tomorrow, and you end up feeling completely frustrated. Beginner energy without direction is wasted energy. The fix for this mistake or this problem is to get specific. You need to clearly define outcome that act as your guide. Maybe your goal is to build a complete portfolio project in 4 weeks, or perhaps it is simpler, automate your monthly report by the end of the month. Whatever that is, define it early and let the target simply direct your path. I would recommend setting micro goals that are simple, specific, and motivating. For example, it could be, by the end of this week, I will successfully automate one repetitive task I usually do manually. Once you achieve that, you can get a quick win, and that's your momentum that will carry you on for the next task. Remember, clarity gives progress. Stop just learning tech. Start learning the skills that helps you solve a specific problem. Let's talk about another mistake: avoiding errors instead of learning from them. You're building a dashboard, writing a formula, or running a code, and then boom, error occurs, and suddenly you're beginning to question all your life choices. Does that sound familiar? That feeling of instant defeat is universal. Whether it's a tiny syntax issue in your Python script or a broken formula in Power BI, we all can relate to that mistake or that error. But here is the truth you need to internalize: errors are not failures. Errors are part of the job. In fact, they are where most of the learning happens. Every error message is like a little breadcrumb telling you exactly what went wrong and where to look for or where to look at. Yeah, so the fix for this is a mindset shift. The best developers, analysts, and engineers I know are people who have simply mastered two skills. One, googling very well and reading error messages carefully. That is the secret. And yes, modern tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and other languages, large language models are incredibly helpful now. You can literally copy and paste the errors and get the explanation. But to be honest, if these tools existed when I started, I don't know if I would be as confident in my coding skills today, because I would have missed out the real struggle that built my foundational knowledge. So next time you see red on your screen, that is, if you see an error, don't panic, slow down, read the message, try to understand what it is telling you. Trust that mindset shift shift your mindset from frustration to curiosity. That would take you further than any online tutorial could ever take you. The next mistake is a modern mistake, that is relying too much on ChatGPT or other AI tools. I love Gemini, ChatGPT, Copilot, DeepSeek, and other AI tools. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is relying too much on them. They are revolutionary. Yes, I know these tools are amazing, but here is the problem. If you're just copying codes without understanding it, you are not learning. You are shortcutting your growth and robbing yourself. The fix is to use them as assistants, not crutch. Next time an AI spits out a block of code, pause before you hit Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to run your code. Ask yourself or the AI this critical question: what is this code actually doing? Walk through it line by line. Try to break it down yourself and then ask the AI to explain the fix. AI is amazing for debugging and speeding up simple tasks, but your foundational knowledge is built through the struggle. Use this tool to accelerate your learning, but never let them replace your thinking. Mistake number 6 is jumping into advanced stuff too soon. I've seen beginners go from literally writing print hello world to saying, okay, now let me learn neural network all within 1 week. Please don't do this. I know AI, machine learning, big data, deep learning sounds so exciting, but you absolutely need to build your foundation first. Things like loops, function, lists, and dictionary, they are boring, right? But they are very, very necessary. Think of learning tech as building a skyscraper. You can't start with building the sky, the penthouse with things like the fancy machine learning models without having to pour the concrete foundation first. Get solid with the basics. Build your foundation very well. When you master these foundational data structures primarily and the simple programming concept, this is what gives you context to debug the complex things later. Trust me, spending an extra week on functions, NumPy array now would help you learn neural network faster down the road. We often think of tech as just writing code in a dark room, but the reality is soft skills are just as important and sometimes much more important. Can you explain what your code does to a non-technical manager or audience? Can the data analyst explain their insight clearly? Can the product manager articulate the user problem very well? Can the business intelligence developer document their processes for the team? Can you document your process clearly for the next person? Can you work effectively in a team? The best professionals or the best data professionals aren't the ones that write the most complex scripts or build the fanciest dashboards. They are those ones who can communicate their processes clearly and collaborate well with the non-technical side of the business. It isn't about the syntax, it is about building solution with and for other people. Soft skills like communication, problem solving, collaboration, documentation, these are what sets a good developer or a good data professional apart. The fix for this is to actively build your communication muscles. Don't wait for an interview to practice. Here's what you can do. Practice talking through your logic like you are teaching a friend. Write clear business focused narrative for your reports. Talk through dashboard findings out loud like you're talking to somebody. Translate technical complexity into small business-driven clarity. This will set you apart from your colleagues that don't know how to do this. You get promoted quicker and faster when you master these soft skills. The next mistake is comparing yourself to others. This one hits very hard. It's so easy to look at someone else's journey on LinkedIn, Twitter, or other social media platform and feel like you are way behind. You see someone post about building an app in 2 days or getting a tech job after 3 months, and you are still sitting there struggling for 6 months on basic charts or loop. It is easy to feel inadequate, but I need you to remember this. People only post their wins online, not their struggle. You are there comparing your messy private process to someone else's highlights. Please don't do that. Focus on yourself. The fix for this is to tune down the noise and focus inward. Your journey is yours and for you alone. The only comparison that truly matters is, are you better than you were last month, or are you better than you were last week? Track your progress, your growth weekly. Celebrate those small wins, which could be finishing that dashboard, or fixing a tough bug or a tough error, or understanding a complicated concept. Stay consistent and ruthless. Block out the noise that distracts you. Consistency, not comparison, is the real secret to winning in tech. Let's talk about the next mistake. That is mistake number 9, perfectionism. Trying to write perfect codes or build perfect data on your first try. It is easy to get stuck trying to find the most elegant, efficient, or the best solution before your system even works. You might spend hours agonizing over a small part of your script, or trying to optimize it perfectly, or trying to design something complex or a beautiful dashboard before you can even get the data processed. The truth is, perfectionism kills progress. In the real world, developers and data professionals follow a simple 3-step rule. Make it work, then make it right, then make it fast. Don't spend time trying to write perfect, optimized code or design the final beautiful report when the current version doesn't even run or show the correct numbers or results yet. The fix for this is to try to embrace ugly code and messy data early. Embrace those ugly dashboards. Your primary goal is to achieve the result, that is, achieve the minimum viable product, the MVP. Once you get a working output, that is, the code runs, the dashboard loads, your model executes properly, then you can go back, clean it up, and optimize it. Get the core function done, then make it perfect. This is how real world progress is measured. And then the final mistake, this is the one that negates all others, that is giving up too soon. Tech can be tough, I understand. You will have moments when nothing works, when you feel like an imposter, and when it all seems too much. I've absolutely been there. There are days where you feel stupid and you just want to walk away and run away. But here is the most important truth I've learned in this season. The people who succeed in this field are not always the smartest or the fastest. They are simply the ones who don't quit. Growth takes time. Those moments when you want to give up, when you feel totally defeated, that is exactly where you build resilience. which is the most valuable skill you would ever possess. The fix is to give yourself grace, stick with it, take a work if you need to, take a day off, step away from the keyboard if you need to, but promise yourself this: do not quit. It is not about speed, it's about staying in the game long enough to win. Your future successful self will thank you for pushing through the tough seasons. So, how many of these mistakes have you made? No shame. This is a no shame zone. We've all been there before. So, but the good news is you're learning and now you're well equipped to avoid these mistakes. So your challenge this week is to pick one of those mistakes you're doing and apply the fix this week. Let me know in the comment section which you'll be fixing and which mistake hits you the hardest, or which one you're planning to fix this month. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button so you're alerted whenever I post a new video. I post tips like this weekly to help grow your tech skills without feeling too overwhelmed. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.